All right, we are going to do the White Before Your Eyes lab right here, right now. So if you didn't get a chance to do this lab on your own, you'll be able to use my data from my demonstration of the lab for your lab report. Awesome. Okay, so you can see that I have 4 white substances here on the table. Can't quite see all the letters. There we go. So I've marked them. So remember in our scenario with the cake, we want to make that cake for our friend. We're at their house and they keep all their powders in the the Tupperware so that they don't get bugs and mice and things like that like to eat some of these kinds of powders. So they keep them in there, but they forgot to label them. So now we don't know which powder is which. We don't need all the powders. We got to use the right powder for the right mixture for our cake. So we got to figure out what it is. So let's try using physical properties to determine what we have here, what powder is which. So I'm going to use my handy dandy little lab data recording table, my data table. I'm going to move these out of the way. We'll do one at a time. And we'll use our science toolkit. Do you have your science toolkit out? Make sure you have your science toolkit out. You know what it is, right? It's our 5 senses. Fingers for touch, taste, smell, eyes, and ears. Okay, that's our toolkit. So we've got our data table here. Our first empty column is our substances, our unknown substances with unmixed, before we mix them with any of our liquids, because that's when we get into chemical change. So our first letter A powder, let's try it out. So let's touch it first. So it feels grainy and the color is white. So now I've used my eyes and my touch. So it's white and it's grainy. Okay, white and grainy. And let's see, let's smell it. We waft, right? We don't smell directly. Just kind of waft some of the aroma towards our nose. I don't smell anything. Do I hear anything? No, I don't hear anything either. So let's try a little taste test. Dip my little bit of powder on the end of my finger and I'll taste it. Doesn't taste good. It's salty and a little bitter. Okay, and so I think I've done all 5 of my senses. So we'll move A out of the way. We'll bring in Mr. B here. Okay, so B, we'll touch it. Feels grainy, but not as grainy as A, and it's also white. Not as grainy. And let's see if we can smell. I don't smell anything. I don't hear anything. Let's taste it. That's tastes like A, but it's not quite as salty. So I'll write that down. Not quite as salty as A, and not as bitter. Okay, that's B. Let's try here C over here. Let's try C. Okay, so C, very smooth. So this one's smooth. And it's also white. Can I smell it? Don't smell anything. Don't hear anything. Let's try tasting just a tiny little bit. Sweet. I bet I know which one that one is. Okay. Let's try, which one haven't we done yet? Where's D? Here's D. Okay. So D, ooh, it's like chalky. Feels chalky, it's white. So all four of them are white. This one is chalky feeling. It's chalky feel. Does it have a, I don't smell anything. I don't hear anything. Like no taste. Okay. All right. So we've done our observations for substances before they're mixed. So now we have to mix all of our things together. So we need our 12 cups, and they need to be labeled. 3 of them will have the letter A, 3 of them will have the letter B, 3 of them will have the letter C. Let me get the cups. Okay. Okay, I'm not measuring this to the exact specifications. If you did this at home, if you have the proper measuring cup sizes, you should probably do that. Otherwise, just use your tablespoon and try to get just maybe a quarter, fill it a quarter of the way. So that's almost half. So I probably used too much in the first one. All right, so here's B. Okay, now we have all of our powders in. So we're going to start. Don't forget we have to do observations. So what I've done, I don't have a dropper, an eyedropper, and I don't have pipettes. Normally we would use pipettes in science class, but I don't have any of those handy. So I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned straw. So we're going to do water first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's probably pretty close. Okay, is it doing anything? Let's get a stirrer. Stir this around a little bit. It got hard. It's like turning into a solid. Okay, so on my observations, if you can see them, so changed phase from changed phase of the water to solid, and it became clumpy. It wasn't loose like it was before. So it was a solid before, but now it's like a paste, like it's hard. Okay, so here are my observations. All right, let's go water for B. I'm just can assume that this is all oh, it's bubbling up. You see that? Let's get a stir. Okay, that's good. So B mixed with water, fizzed, bubbled, sounded like a frying pan. And I'm going to put water to solid. Water to solid. So here are my observations. Okay, let's go water to the next one. Okay, is anything happening in here? Seems like the powder is disintegrating or dissolving. There's like hardly any powder left in there. So powder dissolved. Water became syrupy. Okay, notice I'm just describing this in ways that make sense to me. You can describe it however you want if you're doing this at home. There are my observations so far. So we're right here. The powder dissolved and the water became syrupy. Still white. Still white. No color change. I'm going to add white to these A and B as well because nothing changed for them either. Okay, last one for water. And what's happening in here? It's kind of doing the same thing that the first one did. Oh. The water's becoming solid. And it kind of turned a yellowish tint. Right? Yeah, it's a little bit of a yellowish tint. Okay, cool. Let's try vinegar. So I'm going to use the yellow straw for vinegar. And now one of these goes. Okay, so that one's producing a gas. It's bubbling, it's fizzing. Let's see if we can get a little stir rod here. Let's put a little bit more vinegar in so we can see that reaction. Okay, it bubbled up really quickly and then died down pretty quick. Okay. So, bubbled and fizzed, still white. and it was a fast reaction. So okay, let's do vinegar in powder B. That one's also fizzing. As you can see, it's pretty directly underneath. Okay, so bubbled and fizzed. Fast reaction. So same as the A substance. Let's try the C substance. Okay, so what's vinegar doing in that one? Let's get a stirrer. Pretty much nothing. They don't want to mix. Vinegar and powder staying separate. Won't mix. Okay, so here are my observations. It says vinegar and powder staying separate, won't mix. Okay, on to our last one for vinegar. Not getting a reaction here either. But it does seem like it's getting sticky, getting gooey. So it got pasty. That one got real pasty. So it's pasty. Did it change color? Yellowish. Okay. So pasty and yellowish. Okay, we are done with those. We're going to move on to the iodines. Let's move these off to the side a little bit. Put these up where we can get a good look at them. Actually, maybe if we put them side by side, because we're going to put iodine on all four. Just gotta be careful. Don't want to knock anything over. Okay. So our last four, these are all of my iodine. See, iodine. This is labeled A, iodine. So we know which powder is which. So A is here, B is here. So we're going to go A, B, C, D. Okay, so where's my iodine? Now iodine stains very quickly, very easily, so we're going to be really careful with it. And it looks almost black when it's all together, but when it's apart, it looks like orange. So here's A. stirrer. See if we can stir that up a little bit. Got muddy, clumpy. So for A, it's muddy, clumpy, turned reddish brown. Okay, don't know if you can see that or not. Muddy, clumpy, turned reddish brown. Okay, let's try B, which is this one here. Got some on the table. I was trying not to do that. Okay. Is it doing anything? Oh, it's like clumpy. Oh, it's fizzing. Oh, it's definitely fizzing. Look. Let's add just a little more iodine. By the way, the iodine I'm using is basically povidone iodine that you can get in the any what do you call it? Drugstore, like pharmacy. It's povidone iodine. It's 10% iodine, so it's pretty easy to get. It doesn't have to be pure iodine or anything like that. That'd be crazy. You wouldn't want to use that. All right, so for B, it got foamy, dark red brown, reddish brown. But it didn't fizz or anything, it didn't make any noise. Alright, C, there's C. Alright, so we're going here next. So C, alright, let's stir this up a little bit. Looks like some of the substance dissolved. Turned reddish brown. And that's about it. Okay, not a whole lot of change there. So here's my notes for powdery. Most of the powder dissolved. It turned reddish brown. Okay, last one. Move this aside. I'm going to use my de-water stirrer here. Whoa, look at that. This is the de-water. It's like a glue. It's like a cement in there. Okay. So I'm going to use the other end of that to stir my iodine. That was weird. Did you see it shoot right across the top of the powder? It seems like it doesn't want to mix. Oh, Mr. Heamy's making a big mess on this one. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. definitely doesn't, it's mixing, it's getting very, kind of turning into a solid. And look how dark black that is. Turned really dark. So it turned black. Very clumpy and thick. Okay. So now we have all of our observations done.